We are live!
Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie Show, sponsored by the Beacon Tab, Signature Transportation Group, and Cut Shot. Donnie, what are you laughing for tonight, my man? It's a special edition show. How are you?
A little bit of Dave Padilla on the screen to start the show. You gotta love that.
Little Dave.
You gotta love Dave Padilla.
Yeah. But our boy Mike is on the show tonight from Cut Shot. So I've been excited all day, Donnie. I don't know that you guys kept me on the edge here about what we're releasing tonight. So
yeah,
I'm gonna be the first to see it. And I believe, Donnie, you had a box sent to you.
I've had this at the house for a week, and I couldn't open it, and it's driving me crazy. I just want to say. So I'm a big fan of the Cut Shot product. I use it in games, and then Mike's gracious enough to be a great supporter of the show. And Jimmy, I know you got some Cut Shot bats as well that you swing once in a while. But Mike, great having you on. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me. Hopefully you like the bat. I know you've been texting me if you can open that damn box, and so finally you can.
I've been laughing because I know that you've done a couple different bats, and so this is not going to be the first show, and the only show, I should say, of you releasing something. So I heard we're going to have another show here in the very short future.
Yeah.
I'm pumped to see what you did for Donnie, and then the short future, it'd be awesome to see what you did for us. Obviously, we totally appreciate, what you do for us, and totally appreciate you being a sponsor of the show, but also for helping the people out in the 16-inch softball world, because as of 5-6 years ago, I mean, clincher was kind of pretty much done, and we really had nowhere to turn for bats. So, I know we talked about in the past about your passion and a lot of things that you do and why you wanted to get into this, but I know tonight's about a new release party. So
yeah,
I don't see any beers for Uncle Jimmy though as we break this release party, Donnie.
Yeah, that's tough. Jimmy, you to sidetrack on that really quick, you hit the nail on the head with how difficult clinchers were getting to obtain, right? And they were out of stock, and everything was like $500-$600 to buy a clincher secondhand that was 30 years old with cracks. So then you gotta, find a bat that you liked, and the weight was impossible. And the Windy Cities just don't do it for a lot of people. I know they come out every year, but they're not not everybody's cup of tea. So our guy Mike, this is the third release now, Mike?
I don't even know now. I got kind of crazy at first, and I was coming out with 3 different models every year, and it was spending a lot of time. Third year, I think, yeah.
Third year of release.
Back to your clincher comment, though, what I love seeing now is like I'll see someone place an order, and then I'll see instantly on like one of the pages that they're selling a few clinchers, and it's kind of fun.
Isn't that cool?
That's one of the cool things, yeah.
It's like they're pretty much committing to your bat.
Yeah, or they're just gotta buy another one of those. I'll get rid of some of this, so I got extra cash to buy this one, and there you go.
So before Donnie opens this box, that Donnie and I don't have a clue what's in this box.
I don't.
But before Donnie opens this box, Mike, is there anything that you want to tell the audience about what's coming or what is in the box? I guess you want to say that we should be most excited about.
Yeah, I guess what I'm doing different. One of the cool things about the clinchers is that they're collectible. And so I wanted to try and bring that back to the bats, make them collectible. So that's the limited run. you'll see kind of some of these bats. They're labeled with what number they are out of the release. Another thing is I'm gonna do this main drop, which is what you're getting here, Donnie, and then I'm gonna have 2 or 3 other limited drops that are super limited later in the year. That there's only gonna be about 20 of each one of those, and so there's 120 of this main bat. And then one of the things I do throughout the year is I continually, I guess you can say, tinker or mess around with the bats. And so I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how do we continue to make this better as we've been using them? And that's what this product is from last year. And so the bats I was able to use last year, put some changes to them and made them even better than what I was messing around with middle of the year. And then we settled on this bat, and then I'll continue to do that. So some of these limited drops will be me doing that in the middle of the year, and then this part feels cool. Here we go. Let's try this. So.
What are some of the adjustments that you did make from last year? Because you had, the 2-piece balance that you made, the 2-piece end load, the comp, the mid load.
Yep.
What's been the biggest adjustment to this year?
The biggest adjustment is finding a manufacturer that I don't know if I want to say is legit, but they are legit compared to what I was using. Just the fact that I was using a few manufacturers that weren't doing some of your mainline bats of other things around. And I found one that actually does some other pretty big bats, and was able to give them my ideas on what I wanted on a 16-inch bat, and they were able to bring it to life a little bit better. The hard part about that is then they get more expensive on the front end to get them. So that's the reality of it. And so I do like this new manufacturer. It's a little bit harder to deal with, and you're a much smaller fish in their world.
So Mike, I have to say this because it's on my mind, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you heard or watched the show last week, but my friend here, Donnie, was hitting 12-inch balls over the fence, and he thought he was Babe Ruth. So are you going to be able to create a bat that is going to allow my cousin Donnie to hit home runs in 16-inch over the fence? Because I think, creating something that is absolutely juice for Donnie and I to swing this year, I think is up our radar. And let the SSA tell us we can't use it, okay?
That would be amazing if I could figure that out. I'm trying. And some of the things in this bat that we'll talk about are headed in that direction. There's a couple swings I had with this bat last year, and you saw I should have brought that video of Drew hitting the home run off the 90-year-old in Yuma last year.
Oh, we've played it enough. Don't worry.
Yeah, you've played it enough.
He's made Jag-Off of the Year award for it, so don't worry about that.
And I hit a couple other balls later in the year as I messed around with some of the things in the bat, and it was playing baseball, or I would assume 12-inch. I haven't played much of that, but when you connect to the ball, you don't really feel it. It's hard to find that in a 16-inch bat a lot of times, and I had it a couple times, and I hit a couple home runs last year that I usually don't. And I mean, for you guys don't play on fences, so it's not that big of a thing. But most of the time in Carroll, for us, the fence is pretty short, and then you can hit home runs there. But most of the other fields, I don't even try. And there was a couple times where I hit a few balls. I was like, oh, that ball jumped. And so I think I'm getting closer to that. I'm not guaranteeing home runs out of it, but I'm figuring it out again. So that's
you'd make a lot of money. Like I'm saying, you'd be a rich
for
man.
sure. Everybody just needs to be like Mackie.
Yeah, that's my guy. I want to hit like him.
Number 5, right?
What's some of the good memory? What's some of the initial feedback that you got from? Let's go back to the original release. When you first, brought out the blue and the white cut shot first, getting some feedback on that originally from a lot of the softball guys and a lot of the 16-inch guys around here, and how has that kind of transcended into this new product?
Yeah, so the original bats were the same alloys that the old clinchers were. I was just trying to mimic those bats as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because some of the guys that had that original one are finally getting the thousands of swings into them. And they're starting to like those bats more as they, in quote, break in more or what they are. Um, the blue one was kind of my selfish, make it the way I want to make it. I had a smaller knob on it. Had the I used to swing that the beer is a TST. It has like that inner barrel in it. It was one of the original ones, and I just mimicked that one for that bat. That was a selfish one, but yeah, those old alloy ones are people are finally getting enough swings in them that they start to like them. It's funny because I'll get a message, every couple of months, like, hey, can I buy one of those, original white ones? Or I'm like, no, I don't have those anymore. Those are gone for the most part. There's a few of the big boy bats left, but that's about it.
So when you look at a cut shot bat, and you mentioned something just recent here, the more you swing it, the more they break in. Do you believe that that's actually true? Because I feel like bats, to me, I don't know, and maybe it's just me thinking, like early on is when the bat has the most pop, and then as it breaks in, it gets less and less. You're saying it's the opposite of that.
Well, I'm talking about those original alloy bats that were.
Okay.
The hard part was messing around with those. I was messing around with like the thickness of the wall to try and get it thinner than the clinchers, so that way it would theoretically there would be more trampoline off that bat. And the weird part is with the 16-inch ball is so hard because it's hard to kind of mess with the bats a little bit because the ball's super hard in the beginning, and then by any later in the game, or mainly the third inning, it's soft. And I almost think there's something to having two bats. I think when the bat's really hard, or when the ball's really hard, I think if you used a lighter bat and really let the bat do a lot of that work with the ball still hard, I think that would be more beneficial. And then as the game goes on, switch over to a heavier bat and go that route. But that's just too much messing around with. I found, I think I told you guys this before, but I found some old study that I don't even know what university did it. They did it on different bats and hitting a clincher ball. I should post it. I'll send it to you guys, but it was kind of funny to see someone actually dive in and do like a study on it. And they figured out that it was the heavier bats that were hitting it further. But what I've messed around with is like, 'cause everybody wants to look at like exit velo and distance. And the hard part is when you get in with like hit tracks and those things with slow pitch balls, it's hard to know how well it's actually tracking. So we've done it, and the big thing I've played around with these composite bats is the amount the bat actually flexes, and does that help it or not? I think there's a point where it actually hurts it, and that's what I found out last year. Was I think there's actually an amount of flex that's not good, but there is an amount that if you let it flex more, it's better. And so that's what we're getting with these bats. Yeah.
So
you can play with the stiffness of the bat, and it lets it go ahead.
Yeah. So we had a question come in from the audience. I know Donnie just put it on the screen. Where did the name Cut Shot come from? I know we talked about this on the phone on the previous, interviews, but let's just bring that up again. Where did the name Cut Shot come from? Other than
honestly,
Uncle Jimmy?
I just wanted something that played with the 16-inch game. I know that they cut the ball in 12-inch a lot, and they hit it a long ways when they do it, and I wanted something that related to slow pitch and specifically 16-inch, and so that's what I went with. So
perfect. So Donnie,
want to do it?
Mike, are we ready to open this box? Because Donnie's probably gonna have a heart attack if he doesn't.
It looks like he said he chewed on it earlier.
I got excited.
He chewed on the box.
So, while I'm opening this up, Mike, I know you mentioned. Might take me a second. I know you mentioned we got free shipping on all these orders.
Yeah. If they use your code, we got you a code. Which when you see the box that comes in it here, the shipping actually went up a little bit because these. This is like I said, I wanted to make a collectible thing, and so when you have collectible things, you need kind of a luxury packaging, and that's kind of what we went with here. And there's a couple other collectible things in there.
So the UJCD.
CD, yep. Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie. UJCD, yep.
Is the code for free shipping. So I'm going to put that out there. And obviously, what is free shipping?
I mean, you guys being in Chicago, it's like $13 to $15 to ship it to you, so that'll save you that amount on it.
All right, so there's a few things in the box.
Yeah.
So first of all, I noticed right away, Mike, that I got number 24 of 120, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That you've limited these.
Yeah.
There's a little card in there. We'll show that. And then
Yeah,
we got
that's
like a hang
product
tag. I'm
card.
guessing this is for a bag, right?
Yeah, like bag tag. That's like another collectible thing.
Donnie, did he send us Oreo cookies?
No, that was before. That was a little
We ate
teaser.
all those.
You guys eat those?
We ate all. Those didn't last long on our show, Mike, just so you know.
All right, so Mike, we've got
Mhm.
a
That's
card
like a
in here
product
that kind
card.
of explains
Yeah, the features of the bat.
tech and everything. Ultra high performance composite, mid-loaded swing weight, variable density carbon core, precision molded end cap. So is that a lot of the stuff that's new with this one?
Yeah. We switched up the composite material, so it's different based on the manufacturer we went with. And then we played around with, again, the flex of the bat, how much it's going to flex. You don't really feel it unless I gave you like 4 of them, like and said, all right, this one flexes more, this one doesn't. You don't really notice the difference, so it's not like it's a you will feel it when the ball jumps off the thing. So the composite's different. Yeah, go ahead.
This is
Right.
next level, Mike.
Right?
Like first of all, the design is really cool. Like
Yeah.
the cookie
That
cutter
is the-
design is really, really cool.
Oreo milk, right?
Oreo.
Burnt
Yeah.
Oreo action.
Wow,
Yeah.
this feels awesome. It's a little bit lighter, kind of like we talked about, Mike, with the mid load. It feels a little bit lighter, but it feels.
Well, you got
Mike,
what did you get? 32.
Mike, did you send him a 26 ounce?
I knew this was coming. I
Yeah.
knew this was going to happen. I got a 32, and let me tell you why. So I have a 34 in the previous year, which I really like, and I have a 36 in the one before, which I think is the best one. And then now I just wanted to switch it up and get something different. And this feels unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
it
I would
looks
agree, but I'm biased.
unreal. Of course, you think it's unreal. Mike, talk to me about each color of the knobs.
It was all black and white, so I wanted something different in there. And then you can see what, tell them apart when you see 10 of them lined up on the fence.
Hey, Donnie, can you hold the bat up so people can see it? That's the whole
Feels
point
like
of
a
the
12.
release.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Wow.
really cool.
So
dude.
here it is. And then you can see like there's the limited, it'll say limited what number it is.
What number is that?
This one's 64. This is the 34
Who
ounce.
was number 1?
It's sitting right here.
Oh, that's
So-
pretty cool.
So Donnie, since you got your bat, I'm actually excited to open
Dude,
mine
This is
in the
great.
future, because I know Mike's gonna surprise me with something different. I'm not much of an Oreo cookie lover,
Mhm.
I guess. Donnie, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think
This-
my bat's gonna be, Donnie?
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
It'll be very Jimmy Moretti.
It always is. It always is.
I
So,
just-
back
Mike,
to the
I just
tech.
wanted to see that face, Mike. You see that
Dude,
face?
this is
That
really,
smile?
really good, Mike.
So we talked about the composite material.
Donnie,
Again, we
you're
went
good.
with a little bit different. We went a little bit different with the kind of where last year I tried to do it with the Comp One, and we did a good job. The weird part about the Comp One and why I switched manufacturers was the samples I had of the Comp One were much better than what ended up happening in the mass production of the product. That bat, the ball still jumps off of it, but 16-inch people don't like some of the noise. It sounded different. And again, that's another thing that like 16-inch people don't like. So I went
Right.
away from that. This one sounds very good. It no unique noises or anything like that. The thickness of kind of where it gets thin, for people that like to cut off the handle, it's a little bit thicker down here and then a little bit at the end, just based on where the weight's at. So those guys that like to cut off the end, but then the barrel stays pretty thin, so you can hit it as far as you want.
So do you think our guy Drew Ladick is going to be able to hit a home run over the fence with a 90-year-old pitcher this year with that bat?
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
For sure. Gosh, that story is great.
This is great, Mike. Thank you, first of all.
Yeah, for sure.
As always. So I know
The-
last year
yeah.
you ran into some issues with the 16-inch guys not liking the sound. And I know that was like the inner wall of the bat, right?
Yeah.
Essentially what that was.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't. The manufacturers didn't have that when I had the samples. It wasn't like that at first, and then they sent them, and it was like, well, it's still the ball still jumps. Let's go with it. I have them now.
Yeah.
So
this one, this cut shot here won't have that.
No.
Okay.
Nope. This will sound like the old clincher, but better. And you'll love it. Even Izzy would like the sound of it, so that's good.
Mike, can you? I'm sorry. Who did you say?
Even Izzy would like the sound of it.
He's the only one that's like straight up came up to me and said, something about the sound before. He's a good guy. I just like giving him.
You can't. It's hard to make Izzy happy, but
that was one of the cool things about 16 inches. We win nationals last year, and then we're at your bar, the team we just beat, and we're sitting there. I have my she's not even, I don't know how old she was, 10 months maybe. I'm sitting there eating dinner with Izzy at, after we get done playing you. And that's what's cool about 16. That's what's cool about softball in general. It's just you gotta go hang out and have fun, and it's a pretty good time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That night actually it sucked to lose, but it was a lot of fun at the bar. We had a lot of softball people there, and it turned out to be a great night. But getting really quick back to this cut shot.
Yeah.
I know the bat that you're sending me, you mentioned it's got a ton of super balls and it's loaded and it's got all this stuff in it. So can you kind of give me a little?
I'm going to send you this. I'm going to send you this bat, actually, Jimmy.
That one?
This is the bat that got the last hit. If you remember that swing, I don't know if you remember that swing.
I don't, actually.
Oh, okay.
Is
like I told you earlier?
What's that?
What?
You didn't get the hit off me.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding, but
catcher's got to call it. Catcher's got to call it though.
I did. I called the curveball. I got shook off.
It's underhand at the end of the day. You can't really do much.
Yeah, I hear you. It was probably my fault, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Mike, with the new release, I noticed that on the bottom on this card it says don't use in temperatures below 60 degrees. And is that just because of the material on the exterior essentially?
I used it in like 28-degree weather the other week and it was fine. But I just put that on there just so like it's a composite bat. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think these balls could break anything, to be honest. But just don't go hit a 12-inch ball in that weather and then it'll
Might. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, over your left shoulder there, I see a soft ball. Are we able to talk about that?
Yeah, you can talk about that. That's I'm working on something else to try and make the game fun. I'm trying to see if we can make the balls any better. So that's what that is. So
just get rid of those big seams. Nobody likes those big seams on the ball.
Yeah, I can get them lower.
As long as it's not yellow.
Lawler gave me a China ball. He said, see if you can recreate this China ball. So I sent one of those over to a couple manufacturers. If anybody has a new one that's made in China, one of those old clinchers that's made in China, because the one I got was hit already, so it was kind of hard to know exactly what it's like. Realistically, the winding that goes around the ball. My daughter plays with them, so they're not in here right now.
What's the objective for the new ball? Is that a ball that we could use all the time? Is that the goal? What's the vision?
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. The objective is just to see what we can do. So they basically have the core in them is like a soft cotton material, and then they put more glue on the winding that goes around the outer part of it. That's all the clincher balls are. And I'm playing around with if you use different glue or you make it harder on the outside, does that make it stay harder a little bit longer? Does it jump? Does it go any further? The hard part is the weight. You got to keep the weight a certain amount. And if you use different things, it jumps the weight in the ball. And so I finally have it hard enough, but this one's a little heavy.
So we had a comment come in. Joe says we need yellow balls because it's hard to see in the dome. So Maybe Joe needs to get his eyes checked.
Here, he can see this one. He can see this one. Look, this is a 16-inch ball, and this is the jumbo ball.
We should play a game with that ball.
I mainly wanted this. I think these would be cool to give out.
Do you think that would break the bat?
No, it's softer. But I think these would be cool just to have for like tournament champions, and everybody signs the ball. There's more space. Yeah.
Well, that would be cool, like to hit like a weighted ball. You know what I mean by that? Like,
yeah, could.
It's a 20-inch ball instead of a 16-inch ball. It's a bigger ball. You hit it, it like makes your bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's just I don't know. Just a thought. Maybe you could do like a train out ball or work ball or something like that. Training ball.
Yeah, sure. Maybe something that we could take BP on the field with.
Do something on your own niche. You know what I mean? Like something that the game doesn't have right now.
Yeah, we could take BP with them, so that way the ball doesn't go as far when you're.
There you go.
You know,
and you still get the same feel as a 16-inch when you hit it.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, but I want to get back to the bat that you're making. That's the bat. Is the new? Is there any clue to the bat that you're going to be able to share with me tonight, or is that something I'm going to have to wait on? Because I know Donnie got to wait a week. I got to wait. See, Donnie.
Yeah, you got to wait a while. Back to this bat though. There are some things that I think one of the hardest things that people were dealing with was when I was trying to mimic the older bats, the difference between the swing weight and the balance point. Everybody wants to talk about a balanced bat and an end-loaded bat, and that's simply referring to like the balance point of the bat, and that's where if you hold it on the scale, or on the middle, it'll say perfectly balanced. One thing that, and Donnie's gonna laugh at this because one of his teammates Donnie gives jokes about putting weight on the knob. And the reality of it is, I think he's onto something. I mean, he uses way too much weight at the end, but we did actually do that with it. One of the comments I've gotten so far about this knob is that everybody loves it. And what we did was, in order to make the bat still heavier at the end, but then make it not feel super, super heavy, is we messed around with kind of adding weight to the knob. And making the swing weight still feel really good, but still keeping the mass and the weight up at the end of the bat. So the way you offset that and still keep the balance point in a good spot is you just add more weight to the knob. And so that's what's kind of cool about this bat. You're not the Comp One, even though it was when I originally had it, it was more mid-loaded. It ended up feeling pretty end-loaded. And this is more in the barrel. You're gonna feel this when you swing this in the barrel. The cool part about it is, I am typically someone that, likes a super balanced bat, but sometimes when you have a super balanced bat, it's not as easy to drive the ball. And so what was cool about this bat was I could still, drive the ball into the gaps, but I could also hit both lines with it. And that's kind of what you want, is something that you can do a little bit of everything with. The feedback I've gotten so far, especially from people that like super end-loaded bats, they're like, it took me a few swings, but I figured I can hit all my swings still and still drive the ball. And it's kind of a cool feeling.
So we haven't brought this up. What is the price of the bat?
So these ones are a little pricier just because of the limited and the new manufacturer. These ones are $319.99.
So $319.99.
Yep. And that's because of the limited amount. Yeah. And that's, in all honesty, I actually ran into somebody today at this when I was at the store, and I was like, I'm not making any money off these things. I'm trying to give something to the game. It's not like I'm doing this to make a bunch of money and do all that stuff. So that's the reality of it, is that's just what these are at, and that's how we're gonna go with them. I'm trying to make it an affordable piece, and so that's kind of what we're trying to do with that too, and have something cool. And that's honestly the thing I'm most proud about these ones is the fact that we brought the limited collectible vibe back to the bats, and that's what I really like. I know there's a handful of bat nerds out there that are always messaging me about these, and I consider myself one of them. And the feedback from those guys is realistically what matters. A lot of times it's like 5 or 10 of them out there, and they know who they are, and they've given some really good feedback on those, and so that's what's kind of cool to see is a bat that they like as well, because they're doing the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, was trying to message random people and, hey, do you have a bat that has a few cracks in it that I can get my hand on and swing it?
I remember when I first met Mike in person, you know, we talked or whatever, and then I ended up messaging him on Facebook and realized that we had already been talking about bats like a year before I ever talked to him in person. Just because I saw you
it was
posted.
like 3 or 5 years, and Donnie wouldn't sell me a bat. That's what it was.
That was a tough one. It was a tough one to get my hands on. But that's just like kind of how the community is with bats. You know, when you've got something nice and you post it, you'll get a bunch of messages, the people that want to buy the stuff. But now what you're doing, Mike, and making them so available, I know that these are limited releases, right? That and they're going to go. But that's a great thing of what you're doing. And that's why we kind of appreciate what you're doing, because new guys to the game are swinging their, you know, grandfather's bats that they found in the garage or something like that, or a teammate's bat, don't have their own. So that's why this is so important to me, and that you're opening the market to guys that don't have bats and want to get into the game, which is huge.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I can't thank you enough for obviously the time, the effort of what you put into this. You don't get much out of it, right? Like you mentioned, we're not making our money on this, but also thank you for the sponsorship of the show, the tournament, everything that you do in the softball world. You know,
yeah, for sure.
It's honestly, it's one of the reasons why Donnie and I kind of started this show, right? To get back to softball and try to do everything that we can to make the game better. So we definitely appreciate that. Donnie, I don't know, Donnie, do you have any other questions about the bat? Anything else that you want to bring up? Mike, floor's your guys.
No, this one's called the Comp 2 cookie cutter. So this is the cookie cutter model. There'll be a few other Comp 2 versions coming out as we go, but this will be the mainline one. The reality of it is those ones that are limited, a lot of them are already like, people are like, I don't care what it is, just I want it. So they're already trying to hold, you know. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of those left over. So that's the unfortunate part. But
no, I think the look is awesome, right?
It's awesome.
I don't know how it
match
feels.
The grip. We got custom grips.
What brand
I had one guy
grip?
message. Those are our own grips this year.
Okay.
I started making them last year and never got them, you know, put out. And this year I just said, all right, I'm just going to put them on the bats and see how they go. I had one guy message me that usually is, he said he's a stickler on grips, and he goes, actually, I'm just going to put this one back on. He's like, I wanted it a little bit thicker, but then I put this one back on because it feels good. And so that was kind of cool on that end of it. So
is that the bat that Chucks is going to be swinging this year? I mean, the team Chucks? Like what bat are you guys?
No, I'll probably have another one on that end of it.
See, they get the unreleased stuff. That's got to be illegal.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Mike, last thing I have for you. Going through the website, I see that you'll also be releasing hats, batting gloves, if I'm not mistaken, and some different miscellaneous items. What do you think in terms of release? Can we look forward to that, date-wise?
I've got the samples of that stuff in. I would say here within the next month is probably when that stuff's going to start hitting the for sale. I just put it up there because I had the samples of it. I got some grip spray too that I've been playing around with. That's actually been kind of cool.
You made it yourself?
I originally got, well, I didn't make it. I'm ordering it. I played around with the formula because what I wanted was something that you can use on the bats, obviously. But then I was like, how does that apply to the no glove game too? And I was messing around with it the other day, and it actually works pretty good on your bare hands too. So I don't know if that'll be
that's got to be cheating.
You're gonna have
too.
to be doing, grip checks.
Dude.
You're gonna have to be doing grip checks. I've never used it yet, but might have to.
Unreleased bats and hand spray? What the hell is going on here?
Gonna have to use it.
What is that?
Donnie's gonna be a major player next year. Watch out.
I ain't pitching any of you guys. I'm protesting the game.
Oh man. You guys always talk about growing the game, and one thing I always have to plug is we run a draft league. I don't know, Jim, did you ever come over and play the Carlisle tournament that was in Carlisle, Iowa? No.
No.
Anyway, they used to have a really big tournament. They still have a tournament on the 4th of July every year. Nate Plum actually runs it. And then we run a draft league, and that draft league starts up this Friday. So that's my fun of the year is we run I put a sign up form out there, and we have 20 to 40 people sign up every week. And if we got 40, we play 4 teams. We get 20, we play 2. Play a doubleheader for each of them, and we roll with that. We'll roll with that for about 6 weeks, and we'll take a little break once the tournaments start, and then we'll pick up a fall league too. So that's starting already. So that's kind of fun. It's fun to get rolling with it, but that's kind of you get people that play major ball to people that have never played before. So it's kind of fun. It's really cool.
Yeah, we do
draft league.
something. As you know, you played in it last year. We do the draft tournament.
Yep.
It's always a good time to play with people that you just don't get a chance to throughout the season. So,
for sure,
maybe if Nate wants to send us more information, we can bring Nate on the show. When is the?
I don't know.
When you said July 4th?
Yeah, that's the 4th of July. That's the hard part. They took beer out of the park one year, and then the following year they started writing tickets. It went from I don't know the numbers. It gets over the years it gets skewed on how many there actually were. If there was 20 or 40 teams, who knows?
Sure.
But they would pull Chicago teams all the time, and Chicago teams would come over play it. And then the second year they pulled beer, they started writing tickets in the parking lot, and that just kind of killed the tournament. And it was like, well, now they finally bought beer back. And it's a good time. We actually get a few 12-inch teams to come play now too, so that's kind of cool. It introduces them. The fence is short, so they like that. The park is cool because it's got like remember the Astros field that had the hill in center field? This field has that, so it's kind of fun to.
Cool.
You get humbled by the hill a lot of times. If I play outfield, my Achilles are wrecked by the end of the tournament because you're just
I only play outfield in one tournament a year.
You sneak out there too.
Yes, I do. And I will be doing that again very soon.
Can't wait.
I'm just trying to be like Donnie. Donnie played right field last week in 12-inch.
I did.
That's our new.
Now you got to hit homers, Jim. You got to hit homers, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Jim, hit a homer, double, play right field. You got it.
Dude, I'm going to grow my hair out. By the way, happy haircut for Uncle Jimmy, so you know. But yeah, grow the hair out and look like Donnie. That's the new plan for 2026.
I saw the March team. Looks like they won. I messaged Nate. He said they won this weekend.
Yeah, they played Our Lady of the Blind. And, no, I don't even know who they played. I'm assuming Remix had a good team, but the 27 Yankees prevailed again. They went down there with 20 guys, and they had a good time, and that's what it's all about. So, congratulations to them.
27 Yankees. That is a good that's a good softball team.
Yeah.
The March team that goes down there is silly.
It looked loaded.
They could have an over 50 team and an under 50 team too,
and win it.
They should split the team and play each other.
Yeah.
Play themselves.
Yep.
Crazy.
But no, it's pretty funny. Jimmy, did Donnie ever send you the clips?
Oh, I do have them.
12-inch.
I'll send you them.
Jake, he is hiding them from me because he does
Mike,
not
can I
want
open
me
this?
to have a whole show
Yeah.
I'm gonna use so we play our first dome game on Tuesday. So I'm gonna have guys try this in batting practice and in the game. Because we have some guys that are definitely more of how do I say this? Better hitters than I am. And they'll be able to test the bat out a whole lot more than I would. Yeah. Like, if you get the opinions of a lot of the guys on our team, I think that goes a long way.
I had to use Kyle this winter.
In Rosemont. It's hard to test it. I said it's hard to test it in Rosemont though because it's so small outfields.
Sure, you still feel like you can still feel the weight and everything, but you're right though.
Gosh, in your dome, the left field in your dome plays so big. I hit a ball that I thought I crushed, and I forget who it was. Just tracked it down. I don't know how far it was, but I was like, "Oh, I hit that ball a long way." And he's ran it down.
Right field line to right center is very similar to what it is down the lines at Rosemont. But then when you look at center and left field, it's completely different by me than what Rosemont is. It's probably
for sure.
There's not many guys I've seen go over the fence to left field. Nobody's went over the fence in center.
That's a poke.
Yeah. I've seen a guy hit the fence or short hop the fence, but outside of that, it's very, very tough. And it plays. I think it plays more to being outside, where Rosemont, like, you almost got to be perfect. You just got to swing hard in Rosemont. It's hard. You can't really go out there and cut. You can't really go out there and do that type of stuff too much in Rosemont, unless you're absolutely perfect.
Oh, that's cool, Mike. There's a QR code on the bat for your website.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at you.
Should take you right there.
Smart man.
I think the cool part about those bag tags too is each bat I come out with now is gonna have that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then those will be kind of the collectible items there too. That's kind of what I'm trying to bring back. If you can't tell, is that the luxury collectible feel to the bats and go from there. So.
And the packaging is unreal.
Yeah, I was impressed with that when I finally got them. So.
Very cool. Man. So how many do you currently have available of this brand? So people out there watching the show would like to buy one. What is the total number?
We had one person jump on and buy in the middle of the show. I saw that pop up on my phone. I don't know. It didn't show me who it was, but it just told me I sold the bat. So.
Well, there you go, Jim.
What?
We sold a bat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're gonna sell a lot of it, Donnie.
We get 50% of that.
No.
Yes.
He sponsors us. He does his part. All right.
Dude, I want to know who it was that bought the bat. We can give him a shout out in the show.
Maybe they
don't want their. Yeah,
I don't care.
Be known.
Too bad.
Did they use the UJCD?
I'm guessing they did. I don't have it. I have my computer right here. Let me pull it up.
Pull it up, Mike. I want to know who bought it and if they used the code.
Also,
really quick, Jimmy, sorry to cut you off really quick. The other bats that you have available on your website, not to pull from the new release, but if if you want to test out a cut shot, they are marked down quite a bit.
Yeah, there's more on there. I got a few different sizes of last year's bat.
Yes.
On there. It must not be something from the show. They didn't use your code.
So Mike, let me ask you this. Will we be able to raffle off a bat on the show? So let's say we do, I don't know, I'm just using my head here, Donnie, right? We, as a fundraiser for our tournament, okay, by July 1st, maybe we put 25 lines out there at $25, okay? Or
why only 25?
Well, maybe we do 50, okay? I just don't know how
many.
No,
why only 25 lines? Why don't you can make it 25 still?
We could do 50 lines. That's what I'm saying. So we can do 50 lines at $20 a line. We pay the bat. The rest gets donated to the tournament into the prize pool.
Yeah, we could do. We could do this number one.
Can we sell 50 lines at $25?
We could do number one. We could wrap that one up because I think everybody will want the. Yeah, I think everybody will want the one of 120.
There you go. So
we could do that.
Like competition.
Mike, are you on board to do that? Donnie, we could put that together.
We can do it
on our page, and we can do a raffle. And Donnie, we'll use the spin.
All right.
And we'll put all the names on there.
Number one.
And we'll spin it off.
Deal.
There you go, Donnie. You heard it. So, Donnie, I need you to create a post on our page, and people got to comment back with me. And if they comment back with me, they have to Zelle us $25. Mike, why don't you? We'll get all your information. We can have them Zelle him directly, and then he can make the donation to our tournament. We can raise more money to pay for these umpires, Donnie, who have raised the fees again for the 2026 season.
Rats. To be the same exact umpire they were last year.
So wait till I get Brian Panic back on the show. He is on the April guest list, as we can say.
You guys should bring Bryce Schweitzer on the show. He's going to be doing some shows about rules and the umpires in Iowa, allegedly, is what he said.
We will also bring him on. And in a couple weeks, Donnie,
talking about umpires.
We'll have our boy Corneliuson on the show. So
Jimmy?
Yes, we will. And I'll be curious to see what he has to say about 16 and softball, since he grew up in the Chicagoland area. So, Donnie, we got a packed, fun April ahead.
The person who bought the bat, Mike, texted me and said he didn't see the code for free shipping. And I said, you missed out, my friend.
Let me see what I can do.
I appreciate it.
I can maybe hook him up on that. Let me see if I can play around with it and give him a shipping bag.
Well, we know it wasn't Nate. We
No.
know we
Money
know,
line guy.
We know. Oh, money line. Ooh.
I better keep the man. They put it on us last year. That bat's not for sale. Never mind.
Those guys can
They
hit.
beat the crap out of us. Yeah, they can quickly too. It was like, well, this game's over.
Yeah. So, Donnie, any other questions for our man, Mr. Cutshot here?
That's all, man. Mike, thank you as always. I
Yep.
appreciate you very much and appreciate how passionate you are about these and growing the game as much as you do. We appreciate that a lot, man.
And Mike,
Yeah,
before you
appreciate
go,
Yep.
do you have, just because we ask every guest, do you have any questions for me or Donnie in regards to just 2026 season or anything about softball as a whole?
2026 season. One thing I will say is I know you do give a lot of. I think people think that you have this like you're out to get members of the SSA or Geo specifically. And
Yeah.
I will say that me as a third party person involved in that home run derby last year, there's no like long standing beef. That was a good, well ran event. Gio and Jimmy got along perfectly fine. They ran the event well. There was
Yep.
not like they were at each other's throats. There's not this big like war out there. So I think
No.
it's good for entertainment, but like everybody gets along.
It
It's
gets
not
clicks.
it's not like it does. It gets clicks, but like
That's what we need.
everybody was fine. They both ran the event well. It went smooth. There was no, except for Donnie trying to cheat to get his guys into Spencer specifically into the finals.
Yeah. I mean, he's, of course.
Hey, can you give him one more home run? Can you give him one more home run so he's in the finals?
Well, I don't know how to pitch a 12-inch ball. That's what I felt bad about. He hit the most 16-inch home runs, and I had no idea how to pitch a 12-inch ball. So I was just throwing everything like shit.
He did.
But yeah, I did want to see one
I was
Chicago
like, no,
guy
I
in the home
can't.
run.
I can't cheat it. Like I can't say he had another one.
I wanted to see one Chicago guy in the finals. Is that too bad to ask?
The best part was Drew pitched to the Trucks guys, and the next day he's like, "How'd you do?" He was so hammered, he didn't remember pitching. So he was out there throwing 12-inch ball, not behind the screen, and he's like, "How'd you guys do?" It was funny.
Well, Mike,
So at least
thank
you were
so
sober.
much. Donnie,
Yeah.
thank you. Everyone, thank you for watching the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie Show. I don't have anything else. So, guys, if you don't have anything else, I think that'll be it. Donnie, you and I will be back Wednesday night, correct? I think we'll be back Wednesday night with our guest, and we will release who our guest is going to be in the next couple days.
Yep.
So,
Sounds
Mike,
good.
thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Once again, thank you for everything.
I guess I had one question. Sorry to cut you off. What makes your tournament like? What are you considering your tournament? What's the success for it? Well, you look back at it and you're like, "Yep, that was a successful tournament."
Absolutely.
What's that look
like?
like?
Thought for 1 second.
I think he's trying to end the show because he's got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. We'll probably be able to hear it running. Strong
You
screen.
can hear his feet. There he is.
So-
what happened?
I had someone at my front door.
Oh, that's why you're trying to end the show.
Yeah.
That's
but
fair.
anyways, so
Answer.
Pizza.
so your question was what? Repeat your question.
Well, yeah.
again.
What's your tournament you're running? What makes it a success this year? When you look back at it, like, yep, that was what I wanted out of it.
Well, I mean, anytime you do anything for the first time, there's always going to be changes as you do it in year two, right? We all know that.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
because we've had the experience of running tournaments, the people that I'm trying to be that are getting involved with me to help me run that tournament, I'm trying to make it as good as possible. I'm trying to make it different than the rest. You know, we talk a lot on our show about how every 16-inch softball tournament's the same thing. Double elimination, you know, all weekend long, 4 days. I know you only play 3 days, but it's the same shit all year long. So my whole thing was everyone that goes to Yuma loves Yuma style. I took a little bit of what Yuma does and just kind of made it into our Chicago theme, you know, and what we're doing here. And I think what it would allow is all of our 16-inch teams, not only from Iowa, but also maybe other teams that want to come in to play, they're going to be guaranteed 4 games. For teams like yourself who don't play in regular season, for teams that are obviously even in Chicago now are not playing in major leagues, it might be crucial to play with your team for that weekend. You're going to be guaranteed 4 games, and realistically, it's not going to cost you a ton of money to do that. The way our format's going to be and how we set it up, with just winning your money back for pool play and just kind of all the different cool little gimmicks that we're going to have at the park to try to bring people to the park. And that's really where it's not so much changing softball, but it's changing the activities that are around the softball tournament. Okay. And I think that's kind of relating with trying to get the women out there with us and kind of like what Nate said, having a 12-inch tournament with the men. Well, same thing with us. Like, we want to have the women at the park if we can get a hold of, I've reached out to some of those women's teams. We're playing phone tag here and there, but just trying to create a different environment. And I think that Saturday, ending the tournament on Saturday, is going to be a really cool thing. Just because we don't do that right now. There's none of that's being said. I know there's been rumors that, we're, I guess, the Midsummer Classic. I don't know. There's people not playing in it, people playing in it. They're having a single elimination tournament on one Saturday now because it's Father's Day weekend. That's cool. It's different for the game, right? So that's all I'm looking for. We're looking to create some type of urgency, some type of excitement. I think pool play on Friday, going to the bar after the game, having all the players go to Lawler's Bar on Archer, working with Shane Lawler, who's been a big supporter of our game as well. Having teams go there, buying pizza, just doing different stuff where like the softball community can come really together, and it's just not one person, it's all. I think that's what really we're trying to create. And I think that's when you look at stuff, you're going to get more buy-in from players. You're going to get more buy-in from teams. And I really do hope that the 20 teams that have told me that they're all verbally coming, they'd be stupid not to show up. They'd be stupid not to play. So I truly believe from a money aspect, from an environment aspect, from just being out there, it's going to be different than all the rest.
What, as you talk more about these 2-day tournaments, would they be Friday, Saturday is what you're?
So we're going to do So we're going to do round robin on Friday night. So you'll play a pool. We have 4 teams in a pool. Obviously, you play everyone once in your pool. It's going to be 3 games. You're going to play a triple header Friday night. So, it's 1-on-1 count. We're talking about speeding games up, right? So you're going to do that. There's going to be some rules inside those games that might be a little different, right? Also, on Friday night, we want to keep those games on the hour, right? So 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, we're done. Get to Lawler's by 10:30, 11 o'clock, have a couple hours to hang out, and we don't have to be at the park the next day at 8 a.m. for softball. So I'm hoping that the way the schedule works, no one's going to have to be back till noon or 1 o'clock, and we can run that tournament all night long. We can.
What time would you start? What time would you start on Fridays? That's just my only with work Friday, and then out of town teams. That's the only thing that I was thinking about.
Friday night is probably about 7:15 is my guess. So I'm going to try to start at 7, but 7:15 would probably be somewhere between 7 and 7:30 would probably be the earliest. And I'm just going to try to come up with some creative stuff. We were supposed to have a meeting tonight. Now we're meeting Thursday about those rules in the pool play and how we're going to try to keep that on time. I want everyone to finish on time. I'm going to have a lot of teams download Game Changer, and I'm going to try to work with a system that's going to allow me to automatically input the stuff, have live video camera at every park, at every game that's played in the tournament, along with using Game Changer as your scorebook. So that's kind of what we still have to iron out, right? I mean, we've got 3 months still, and a lot of that will be ironed out here in the next 2 weeks. The major stuff's all done, though. The parks are done. I've already talked to Panic about the umpires. That's all done. I've got a couple special umpires coming out. That's going to be really cool for our game. So yeah, I mean, just trying to really involve everyone. The mayor of Berwyn's going to come out there and support. So a lot of cool stuff happening. I think we lost him, Donnie.
He's frozen.
Or he's getting a call.
He might be getting a phone call, or his phone died. But I will say, we'll compliment you. That was a good answer about details of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, looks like we lost him. Looks like he's frozen solid. So might have to yeah.
He's back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mike, I mean, just to end what I was saying, that's kind of it about what we're trying to do on Friday night. And then, you know, the goal is to get you guys can get up Sunday and drive home. Well, he's gone.
Yeah, it looks like his connection's kind of going in and out. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that was fun, man. I love hearing about these new bats and stuff like that, and you know, people excited about the tournament and whatnot. But let's see if you want to say goodbye to Mike here. There he is. Oh, now we can't hear him.
No.
There we go. Good. There you go.
There you go. You hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know. You probably have to let me go. I don't know what it's doing.
All right. No problem
Mike,
at all.
Really quick. Thank you, though, for everything.
Yeah.
We appreciate you a lot, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me back on. Oh, there. Now we're good. I don't know what that was. But before it goes, I'll just say bye so that way it doesn't cut out again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say.
But that's what it said. So.
Yep. Yeah, I'll text you what I was going to say. I already texted you it once, but it was about I have a lot of guys that buy the bats, and it's from the wheelchair softball. So I don't know if that's something that you'd ever consider putting in this tournament in the future too. Yeah, we get a lot of.
Yeah.
I was gonna go away from making some of the lighter weights, but then I had a few guys that reached out and even some of them.
Do you know if
do
they play on a dirt field or do they play on turf?
No, it looks like it's asphalt a lot of times. It looks like it's actually
asphalt. Really?
Yeah, it's a harder. It looked like a harder field. I don't know. I think one of the guys just posted something about they built like a new field for it recently. I think it was in Chicago even. So it looked pretty cool. But
we will definitely reach out on that, and maybe we can get them to join us. I don't know where they'd be able to play, but
it'd be cool. Yeah,
it'd be cool to see for sure.
Maybe Donnie, future too. So who knows?
No, I'm good. People are pumped, Mike. Okay. People are texting me about the bats, man. They want to know how it feels, actually.
Yeah.
People are texting me during the show.
Let them swing it. Let them swing it, and if it breaks or something, which I don't think it will, but let them get their swings out of it since it's in your hands. And I know a lot of guys, that's what they're waiting for. I have
want to try it.
My guys that are, there right away when the bat first drops because they want their hands on it, and then people get to swing those, and then they start, selling players after that. So, but yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Mike. Thank you.
I appreciate everyone. Thank you guys for watching the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie Show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, and Cut Shot. Donnie, I'll